Hello and a warm welcome to this week's episode of Winchester Now, the local news and community magazine programme brought to you by local charity Winchester Radio's volunteer workforce. I'm Anna O'Brien. On today's Winchester Now, Kate Healey, a blind sailor from Winchester, is taking on a month-long running challenge to raise funds for Sail Team Adventure and help the team continue competing internationally with the ultimate goal of buying their own boat. The All Abilities dinghy enables more people to give sailing a go. Winchester Radio's Mary Blaxland spoke to Kate about her love of sailing and how her fundraising is going. Park Yoga in the UK hit a significant milestone this week in reaching 100,000 attendances in 2026. Summer Cook from our team took part in a yoga session at the Garrison Ground near Bar End in Winchester and chatted to leader Lorna and fellow yogis about what they love about Park Yoga and its benefits. Also on the programme today, we have a roundup of some news in brief to share with you. Winchester Radio.
A young woman from Winchester who is registered blind says her life has been changed through sailing, and now she wants everyone to have the opportunity to take up the sport. Kate Healey is trying to raise money to fund a special accessibility boat for the group's Sail Team Adventure. The dinghy would allow the team to train more consistently and continue to compete internationally. During August, she's taken on another challenge to support the crowdfunding scheme, and she's running 5k 3 times a week, including the Winchester Park Run. She told me more about her mission.
My challenge is called 5k for 5 metres. So I took the distance of park run, which is 5 kilometres, and I combined it with the almost 5 metres length of the boat that my team and I are fundraising to purchase. It's an all abilities dinghy. So that boat, the RS Venture Connect SCS City Control System, means that people like me or even people who have more severe disabilities can still do sailing and race competitively internationally.
And tell me what difference sailing has made to your life.
Where do I start? It's made me more of a confident individual. I don't find sport easy to come by. I'm not a natural athletic person, and any sport, even sailing or especially running, I really have to work at. You know how you meet these people that are just so gifted in and can turn their hand to anything in terms of any sport, anything they like. I am not one of those. I'm the absolute opposite. I have to learn, train. It just doesn't come naturally to me.
But you obviously really enjoy what you do, and you're going tomorrow to do some sailing as well.
I am, yeah. I travel weekly to get to Whitefriars Sailing Club, which is the nearest venue with a boat I can train in to compete. For example, for October, the World Inclusion Championships are out in Portimao in Portugal, and my team and I are going out there so that I can feel as prepared as possible and make the weekly journey.
I think you're playing down your sailing skills here. You're obviously competing then as well. What's that like?
It gives you a buzz like no other. It's a real ground to learn. Oh, okay, you do all the training, but you also learn when you compete too. Because normally we train as like in pairs or train at most maybe 4 or 6 of you, not on the same boat, I might add, because the boat that we're fundraising for is only a 2-person. We don't race them that often. We really train and then we race internationally, which is usually once a year. At the moment there isn't a national competition in the UK, but there is definitely growing interest.
Obviously getting this new boat means a lot to you, and you've taken up running as well. How's that been going?
So I took up running last September, took a lot of cajoling by my friend Pip and also a wonderful guide runner called David. And actually the guide running community are just amazing. They are just so many people that give so much of their time. I barely jog, to be honest. I end up doing most of the park runs walking, and I'll try and do a bit of jogging, and it's the same at track. I took it up mainly to try and improve my fitness for sailing, but I've definitely got the park run bug purely because it's just such a community heartwarming event on a Saturday morning. In my head it's not a Saturday morning now, it's park run morning.
how far are you off reaching your target, and how much do you want to raise?
So we want to raise £25,000 and we are nowhere near the target at the moment. We are at, currently as it stands, I think it's £1,647. I am so grateful, and so am the rest of my team, for any donations that people have made or will hopefully continue to make. We have a lot more to do before we can even get the boat. Okay, we know we're not going to get that before October, but we'll continue to fundraise until we do get the right target. Maybe me doing extra different challenges or different things, but I'm doing what I can.
You seem very passionate about it. You obviously know it's going to make a difference.
I know it will, because it's made a massive difference to my life. I took up sailing and I found this whole community I never knew existed, and it's the same with parkrun and the same with guide running. I've done other international sailing events with Blind Sailing UK, which are absolutely amazing, and they've helped me and taught me so much too. But where I'm at now, I physically struggle to jump up and get from one side of the boat to the other side quick enough. It's all about balance, and I feel that being seated the way I am in this particular boat, because I'm sat in a seat side by side, so my helm and I are sat next to each other with the ropes controlling 90% of the what we can in front of us. I haven't got to suddenly think, I need to jump up, I need to move, I need to control this bit of the sail. I can just sit there and focus on the pure sailing of the actual boat. Chose this challenge, this particular running challenge, because I knew it would be a challenge. I love doing things like parkrun. I enjoy going to track, but doing 3-5 kilometre runs with a combination of walking and jogging, and maybe if it's not heat wave weather, possibly ending with a sprint. I knew it was going to be hard, but I think I underestimated how hard it actually is. And I only managed to do it thanks to the wonderful guides and volunteers I've got behind me.
And Kate says she'll keep us up to date with the progress of her challenge. We wish her well. For Winchester Radio, I'm Mary Blaxland.
Now with some local stories making the news in Winchester this week, I'm Ron Venturi. Development plans for the Central Winchester Regeneration Project, formerly known as Silver Hill, progressed a step further this week when Winchester City Council's Cabinet met on Tuesday and agreed that the Council's development partner, Jigsaw by Partnerships and Places, can progress with submitting a planning application for the scheme by the end of the year. Winchester City Council, in its role as the local planning authority, would review it and duly follow the normal planning processes, which include public consultation. If the submitted plans are then approved, a phased construction programme of works for this part of the city centre would likely commence in the autumn of 2027. The Central Winchester Regeneration Project aims to transform the old Silver Hill areas of the city into a vibrant mixed-use area, which under the current proposals would provide over 200 new homes, over 3,500 square metres of commercial space and 6,500 square metres of new public squares, streets and routes. The current plans do not include affordable or social housing or a bus station, and a previously planned new hotel in the scheme has now been dropped. More information on the Central Winchester Regeneration, including plans and artists' impressions of the site, can be found at the website winchesterregeneration, all one word, .co.uk. Local residents have a chance next week to hear more on the future of the former River Park Leisure Centre, with a final drop-in information event for the public taking place on Thursday the 3rd of September from 3 till 7 p.m. at the courtyard inside the Guildhall in Winchester. You can go along to meet the project team and ask any questions you may have before Winchester City Council's Cabinet meets on Wednesday the 9th of September. Hampshire Police have issued a warning for residents to be extra vigilant following an increase in reports of scams where criminals are impersonating police officers. Police have reminded the public that police officers will never ask you what valuable belongings you have in your home, such as jewellery, gold, cash or other valuables. Nor will they ever ask you about your daily routine, when you are at home or when you are away, without reason. If you do receive a call, message or visit from someone claiming to be a police officer and something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts. End the conversation and verify who you are speaking to. If you are in doubt, call 101 for advice and verification. Bishop's Waltham Parish Council has granted permission for Sustainable Bishop's Waltham to begin work on a new community garden project on land to the rear of the Jubilee Hall. Plans for the community garden include accessible growing beds where residents can help grow fruit and vegetables, picnic and open play areas, a sensory area for all ages to connect with nature, a dog walking area, along with an information area explaining the garden and how it works. Anyone interested in being involved in the project can find out more on the new Bishop's Waltham Community Garden Facebook page. A free Tackling Modern Technology event for people aged 65 and over to build their knowledge and confidence is being offered next month by local company Everycare. The Tech Fest session will include a talk on security and online safety by the Blue Lamp Trust, and participants are encouraged to say what they would most like to learn and get out of the session when they book their place. Karen Whitmill from Everycare shared with us some of the topics which people attending previous events have found useful.
We have found that some of the accessibility things on phones has been really useful. For example, doing video phone calls through WhatsApp. We find some people want to understand how to look up a bus timetable or do internet banking. There's so much we can help with.
This year's Tech Fest takes place from 1:30pm till 3:30pm on Tuesday the 15th of September at St Barnabas Church on Froman Road in Wiek. If you would like to book your free place to attend, you can email info@everycarehants.co.uk, the one word Everycarehants, or give them a call on 01962 842 548. That's 01962 842 548. A pop-up Christmas charity card and gift shop will return to Winchester this year after Cards for Good Causes announced it has found a new home at the Brooks Shopping Centre. The venture, which relies on volunteers to help run the shop, has been a regular feature in Winchester for nearly 30 years, but last year was unable to secure a suitable venue. Volunteers will be needed from mid-October onwards. Anyone interested in volunteering can contact Peter Richards via email to peter.richards@cfgc.org.uk. peter.richards@cfgc.org.uk for more information. That's it for now. Summer Cook will bring you some more news in brief later in the programme.
Park Yoga brings free, accessible yoga to communities all over the country. And this week, Park Yoga in the UK hit an impressive milestone with 100,000 attendances this summer. Our summer cook went along to a session at the Garrison Ground in the Bar End part of the city to take part and to speak to yoga teacher and session leader Lorna about what's involved and hear from attendees about what inspires them to join in with the Park Yoga activity on a Sunday morning.
I'm Lorna Chapman and I'm the Park Yoga Winchester instructor, and I've been doing this for 5 years, since 2021. And every week on a Sunday morning at 9:30, we welcome people to come and do a free yoga session. They don't have to have any experience of yoga. We welcome all ages and abilities.
And what are some of the benefits people can get to coming to yoga and kind of enjoying this atmosphere?
Well, first of all, it gets them out on a Sunday morning, gets their bodies moving, and sometimes they find muscles they didn't know they had. And they discover, perhaps some of them, a new activity that they'll carry on throughout the year in the studios.
Mm-hmm. And where can people find you and how can they get involved?
So if they look up on Facebook, Park Yoga Winchester, that will tell you everything you need to know. That's the only place that we advertise.
Can I get your name for the radio, please?
Sure, it's Ellie Sackett.
Ellie Sackett. And how long have you been coming down to Park Yoga?
I'd say over the years, maybe 3-4 years now.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think is one of the best benefits of coming down here to do yoga?
I think it's being outdoors and being able to do it in a relaxed way with everybody else, feeling you're not just doing it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my name's Mark.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been coming down to Park Yoga?
I've been coming for all the sessions this year, so it started in May, so I've been coming since then. It's the first time I've done yoga.
And what do you love about coming down here for Park Yoga?
I like the fact that it's a real mix of different people that can come and all abilities. It's something everybody can get involved with.
Can I get your guys' name for the radio?
Judith.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Meg.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you guys been coming down for Park Yoga?
I started last year, but this is my first time at Winchester. I normally do it at Romsey.
And this is my second time overall.
Oh, and what do you guys love most about doing yoga in the outdoors?
Well, it's so relaxing. It's a lovely stretch on a Sunday morning. It's a great community feel as well. You know, normally you know quite a few people, and yeah, it's great.
I think for people like me that are starting out with yoga, it's nice because it's quite anonymous, so you don't have to, there's no pressure on how good you have to be at yoga, or you can just do, like, you can adapt and do what you can in the yoga because it's quite a big class, so it's nice.
Yeah, my name's Terry Lynham.
What do you love most about doing yoga?
Oh, I just think it gives you the headspace and the ability to move and, like reconnect with your body and your breath.
Hi, I'm Linda.
And how long have you been coming down for Park Yoga?
This is my second week.
Nice. And what do you find the best part about coming down here for yoga?
I think it's being out in the open and being able to put your feet on the grass, and it's beautiful, lovely selection of people.
Margaret Appleton.
Hi, my name's Iz.
And how long have you guys been coming down to Park Yoga?
I've only just mainly started this summer. Last summer I did a couple here and there, but this summer I've started from May and I haven't really missed any at all.
This is about my third year, and it's been a brilliant year. Because the previous years we've had odd days cancelled, or you're halfway through and the rain starts and you think, oh, run. But this year's been so wonderful. It's been great.
And what do you find the most rewarding part of coming down here for yoga?
Well, it's the camaraderie at first, and then it's just the fact that it's open air and you know, you're not kind of, you're indoors. Unfortunately, I'm on chemotherapy every 3 weeks, so it's absolutely ideal for me to be outside in the air and to be taking exercise as well.
Beautiful. And for yourself?
Again, for me, it's to be outside rather than in a studio and that sort of thing. It's just been outside in the elements and fresh air. It's great.
Winchester Radio.
Now here's some more news in brief for you. I'm Summer Cook. Hampshire Hospitals, who run the 3 hospitals in Andover, Basingstoke and here in Winchester, have announced their annual general meeting will take place next month, online, on Wednesday the 23rd of September from 5pm. It is your chance to hear from hospital bosses on the activities, performance, finances, challenges and successes of the last year at our local NHS trust, and to hear about future plans from a range of speakers, including new Chief Executive Sue Harriman. You'll also be able to ask any questions you have directly to the senior team and speakers, as Hampshire Hospitals will be inviting questions on the night and will do their best to answer as many as possible. This year's AGM will be a virtual event via Microsoft Teams. You can register for your free place via visiting the Trust website, hampshirehospitals.nhs.uk/AGM. Winchester City Council are inviting local small businesses to take part in a new fully funded programme designed to help enhance digital capabilities and support sustainable growth. The programme will be delivered on the Council's behalf by IncuHive, a business support provider. Winchester City Council Lucille Thompson, Cabinet Member for Business and Culture, talking to Winchester Radio, told us.
It's an area that we haven't really got into, but we've been able to have some funding, shared prosperity funding from the government, and we were able to set up a number of digital skills programmes. We've supported the businesses, and particularly IncuHive down at Hursley, who are doing some fantastic work.
The Digital Boost for Business programme is open to all local small businesses and offers digital assessments and personalised support, developing into tailored action plan and one-to-one assistance. Application and further details can be found on the Winchester City Council website. The online box office opened on Thursday this week for the Winchester Heritage Open Days Festival, which gets underway in 2 weeks' time. There are hundreds of free events for the public to enjoy, including tours, talks, walks and workshops. The festival runs from Friday the 11th of September to Sunday the 20th of September. All events are free, but some events and venues have a limited number of spaces, so pre-booking of tickets is required. Find out more at winchesterheritageopendays.org. And finally, are you someone who loves Winchester, enjoy supporting older people and are an avid listener of Winchester Radio? If you live in or near Winchester, are passionate about helping others and a quick learner, why not consider volunteering with our charity? We are particularly looking for caring, community-minded volunteers with strong communication skills, both written and verbal, and an aptitude and nose for local news. To help us in a range of rewarding community engagement roles, come along and speak to one of our volunteers at public events we'll be at in September. You can find us on Saturday the 5th of September at the Littleton and Harestock Show, and we'll also have an information table on Saturday the 26th of September at the Michaelmas Fair at Hospital of St Cross. We look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, do pop along and say hi if you're at the Littleton and Harestock Show or the Michaelmas Fair at the Hospital of St Cross next month. That's it for this week on Winchester Now. Thank you so much for your company. Please do let others know about our charity and how to listen in. Many thanks to everyone who so kindly gave their time to talk to us for the programme. Thanks also to my fellow Winchester Radio volunteers who helped both on and off air to produce this week's episode of Winchester Now. Mary Blacksland, Summer Cook, Nigel Dallard and Ron Venturi.
You've been listening to Winchester Now. We hope you've enjoyed this weekly programme from Winchester Radio. If you have a story to share with us, please let us know. You can drop us an email. We're news@winchester.radio. And you can follow us on social media platforms. Just search for Winchester Radio.
Winchester Radio.